What if I told you all humans fall into specific stress profiles, where each profile reflects deeper patterns that can block you from entering a state of happiness, true joy, clarity, or flow? And they keep you stuck in these reactive cycles of burnout, guilt, and disconnection. We call them the MindFlow Stress Profiles, but you can go anywhere and find different types of stress profiles explained. And this is a treat, because stick with me until the end of the video, because I'm going to use a few of these as an example to show you what you need to do once you identify your profile and how to attack it. So we have identified that everyone needs to figure out what's quietly hijacking your energy and your capacity to be present. So let's go ahead and dive in and describe the stress profiles and their common triggers, and what the thought loop that one might feel if this is your profile. So the first profile is the overcommitted operator. Man, I know that was me for a while. This stress signature is you're always on, always behind. And the common triggers are an overstuffed calendar with no space, saying yes out of guilt or people pleasing, and reactive work days full of back-to-back meetings. You have feelings that you're responsible for everything and everyone. Do you ever feel guilt about your business not being where you want it to be? Man, this is you. And you have a lack of boundaries with clients or coworkers or even family. And the common thought loop is, if I don't do it, it won't get done. Have you ever thought that? If so, then I think this profile is you. So the second one is what we call the mental overprocessor. The stress signals are spinning thoughts, overthinking, decision fatigue. And some of the common triggers, you overanalyze every decision, right? It's paralysis with overanalysis. You have a fear of making the wrong move or disappointing others, and difficult switching off from work brain to relaxation brain. You're constantly second guessing or needing reassurance and looping on what you should be doing instead of resting and recovering. This is your thought loop, if this is you, is what if I drop the ball or mess this up again? This thought goes around in your head. And again, thinking of the worst case scenario is an indication that this is your profile. Okay? Is it you? Do you worry about messing it up? Do you become paralyzed with that thought? Then this profile is you. The third one is what we call the silent undervalue-er. Anyway, the stress signature here is outward success. You look good on paper, but inside, inner doubt. Common triggers are imposter syndrome, despite a strong track record and success, dismissing your own wins or brushing off praise, not celebrating milestones because it never feels like enough, avoiding visibility or hard conversations, and then the comparison spiral, right? Especially when you're scrolling on social media. Don't do that, but you're comparing yourself to others. Common thought loop is, I should be further along by now than I am. Is that you? I have to emphasize the comparison trap or that spiral. The thoughts that run through your head if you scroll on social media and you're thinking, man, I should be further than them. How did they do it? What do they have that I don't have? Then this profile is you. Okay? Number 4, the fourth profile is what we call the bottled up achiever. The stress signal here is calm on the outside, but underneath, man, you're tense, right? Common triggers are suppressing emotion to keep up with the professional image. Man, I remember doing that. Feeling disconnected from passion and joy, and not feeling safe to be honest about overwhelm. You hide it. Yeah, I could take that on. I got capacity. But secretly, you are burning out. You have high functioning anxiety masked by the overproductivity. Taking work home. You avoid breaks because slowing down basically feels unsafe. And the common thought loop, See if this is you. I can't afford to fall apart right now. If I stop, everything will crumble. If you feel that underlying stress and tension, then this last profile could definitely be you. All right. Number 5, what we call the chronically behind the time bender stress signature. I got to repeat that. The chronically behind time bender stress signature. All right. That's a mouthful, but it's racing the clock, always catching up. Common triggers for this one are you work through lunch or skip lunch altogether. You skip workouts and personal time just to finish one more thing. You are attempting, keyword, attempting multitasking all day long and still feel unproductive. You have a sense that time is always slipping through your fingers, right? Time speeds by. Can't believe it's already November. It seemed like it was just summer, that type of feeling. You have frustration when others waste your time. And then you're always feeling like your personal life is on pause. Common thought loop, there's just never enough time. I have to say it. Multitasking is a myth, by the way. And if you feel the need to multitask or go to bed thinking you could have done more or feel guilt about not doing enough, then this profile is you. Number 6 is the guilt-driven caregiver. The stress signatures here is everyone else comes first, right? Some of the common triggers are caring deeply, but losing yourself in other people's needs. You say yes to help, even when your tank is empty and feeling resentment or burnout, but not expressing it. You feel selfish when prioritizing your own rest or creativity, and there's always the pressure to be the emotional rock for others. Your common thought loop, if this is you, it could be, I don't want to let everyone down, right? I don't want to let anybody down. And if you struggle to say no when you have nothing left to give, then this profile is you. Number 7 is the control seeker, right? Are you that missile? Are you that control seeker? Well, the stress signature here is can't relax unless everything is handled. And the common triggers are delegation feels risky or unreliable. Where's that trust factor in your staff? It may not be there, right? Needing to triple check things before letting go. And difficulty trusting others when it comes to timelines and quality of work. You hired them. Why don't you trust them? Okay? And then wanting to micromanage, even at home. That's not good. And then over planning to feel safe, but still feel anxious. And your thought loop is, if I don't stay on top of it all, things will fall apart. Okay, are you a control freak? Then this profile is you. Number 8 is the unfulfilled high performer. This stress signature basically says you've reached success but feel empty. The common triggers are feeling disconnected from your purpose or your why. Right? No longer feeling excited about your business and what you're building or your career. And you're craving meaning or creativity in your day. You fear that you've climbed the wrong ladder. You went off on the wrong career path. And resentment for time that success has cost you. You resent, wow, I'm successful, but it's taken my life. If this is you, then you might have a thought loop like, is this really all there is? I know I'm meant for more. If you think those thoughts, then you've overlooked the success you already have achieved, and you think that you are destined for more, then this is your profile. This is you. Now that you've figured out your stress profile and know that you may own more than one, because some of these may cross over, you may be one or more of those stress profiles. What do you do with this information? All right. So first, identify specifically the top 1 or 2 dominant triggers in your current stress signature or your current season, wherever you're at. 1 or 2 triggers. These triggers will form what you should focus on first. For example, if you're profile 7, the control seeker, if that's you, a dominant trigger is difficulty trusting others, timelines, and quality. So the next step is to identify the behaviors associated with this trigger These could be failing to delegate or impatience with staff, or even working late to do the work you don't trust others to do. You take that work home when you could have delegated it and you do it. Then the next step is to create a new decision for this trigger. What do we mean by that? A new decision, for example, would be, I trust my team to complete their work on time and with a high level of quality. Create a new decision. Then you need to stack real evidence for this new decision. And in nearly every case, there's evidence that exists when you look deep. Maybe there was a time when the team came together and they came through on a project while you were sick or on vacation. Or maybe you hired an assistant with tons of experience and his or her skills are exceptional. Stack that evidence. I trust my team to get the job done. So, what are we doing? Again, is identifying the trigger and the associated behaviors. Being aware of the behaviors will help you avoid them. And then making a powerful decision and stacking evidence to reinforce that decision. Something you need to do after you have your new decision, you've stacked evidence, put in some type of morning habit where you read that, or you read this new decision every night and you look at that evidence. Because what you're doing is rewiring your brain to eliminate a trigger that is helping you enter that stress profile. We want to eliminate those triggers. We want to rewire your brain. And that's how you do it, with a powerful new decision and evidence, and then reinforce it by reading it, looking at it, journal it, visualize it. Okay? Taking this action will help you mitigate the stressors. So are you ready to shift from stress to living? I hope so. I've got some free resources on the mindflowcycle.com that can help. You can book a conversation with me and let's figure out a plan of action for you to eliminate these stress profiles and live with true joy and abundance and happiness. Let's turn these patterns into powerful progress with less pressure and more presence. And remember, or write this down, tattoo it on your arm. High performance doesn't require high pressure. It requires alignment. You can do this. Now be sure to subscribe and share this video. Comment. Let's get a conversation going. It helps the channel out. And most importantly, stay strong. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care.